Howdy, y'all. Just gonna give us some updates here. I ain't been doing a whole lot the last few days. Um, but I'll show you Radioactive at the moment. Give me just a minute. Right there it is. As you can see, we got a few things to do. Front end's a little far forward. Back end's a little far back from where it's bolted, so there needs some more trimming to be done. When you turn the wheels one way or the other, they're hitting on the inside, so it's gonna need some adjustments, but I'll definitely be able to get it. It's just figuring it out is gonna take a little time. In the back, as you can see, definitely needs some adjusting too. I'm gonna have to measure where the tire is up here, come out about an inch away back further from the tire, and then come right up at an angle here to this, and cut that off on both sides. And I still need to get another side bracket for that. I only got it bolted to one side at the moment for both tires. Try and get down here and show you. Yeah, it's just got one bolt going through. I need the bracket on the other side. I still need to weld on and then get the bolt through that. I could not get this in here because I just don't have the strength to pull it over this far. Plus, I'm not sure if that would be good on the bushings and stuff that's down there. So I'm thinking, probably not the best thing. And I cut that piece out. I'm gonna have to, weld it back in, obviously, because you can't run with the big hole that goes in where the fuel cell is going to be sitting. And another problem is the rear end. It is actually hitting the trunk. And right now it's twisted up, but that's all fixable. It's just because, I'm not even sure why. Maybe because I was pushing it around, pushing it forward, and it twisted it up because it doesn't have a mount yet on the bottom. I got to take those bolts out that are right there in that big rubber bushing. Right there, and get a bar that goes across that holds the rear end straight and mounts up to the body right up there somehow. So a long piece of strap metal, at least 1/4 inch, 3/8 would be better, and 1/2 inch would be even better. But yeah, that's what I currently did. You can see better on that one. I just still need to get the bracket welded on and then bolted for that side. But right now I have my son's car in the shop, the Fordishi, and because it has problems with the transmission. Let me pause this and I'll take you in the shop. And the engine and everything's running great. There's no problem there. But after you drive it for like 5 to 7 miles, transmission was slipping out of gear and just going into neutral automatically on its own. So it's just slipping right out and wouldn't go back in. And you shut it off and suddenly it'll go back into gear again. So I pulled the drums out and was checking them, and the drums and bands all look good. The clutches don't look too bad. They're a little wore, but they're not too bad. I already had it all out. I'm trying to find out. Yeah, right here's the front ones. And it looks like, yeah, the clip's not in yet, the C-clip that goes here. Yeah, this one right here, I don't know if I'll be able to show it or not, but all the springs are like crooked underneath of it. This is the old one. This is the one we just took out. They're like that on all of them, all bent to the side. So I took this exact same drum with the clutches in it out of that two-wheel drive C6 I have and replaced it in here and put it all back in, and it all looks good, feels pretty good. The clutches look okay, you know, and there's some grip, you know, it doesn't feel bad, you know, it's not totally smooth. It's got, I don't know how to explain it, but if you feel something that's completely smoothed off, like glazed, then you feel something that's not, a piece of metal that has tiny little deviations in it, then that's actually good and better. Not gouges, obviously, but just tiny little deviations, some grip. You know, you can feel when you run your finger over it, something that's completely smooth versus something that's got these tiny little deviations. And you got the bands back torqued down. You torque it down to 10 foot-pounds, and then you back it off 1.5 turns for a C6. And the modulator is also bad. The diaphragm must have went bad in it, because now it's sucking or transmission fluid through the hose up into the engine and burning it. Not a lot, but enough that you know this diaphragm in here is bad. It would leak in the hose when you pulled the hose off. There was transmission fluid in the hose. So that's gonna have to get switched out. And hopefully this fixes the problem with the transmission. I mean, the filter itself, right there's the valve body for it. I had it there. The filter's completely clean. There's like almost nothing on it at all. So it was definitely flowing good. It's got a brand new torque reverter. Right here's the pump. I didn't tear it apart because I'm sure the pump's fine. These almost actually never go bad. They're just gear to gear. And this does have a good gasket on it still. Could just put it on there and, you know, use it, but I'd rather put a dab of silicone, super light, when I go to torque this down, just real thin, barely any on it all the way around. I don't know why I feel like that needs to be done, but because 99% of the time you never have to do that. You just, if the gasket's good, you just slap it back on and it goes and it doesn't leak. But I just got this gut feeling, I don't know. Yeah, there's like some small ridges and stuff in this gasket. It's not broken or anything, it's still a good gasket. Just, I can feel ridges in it. From where it pressed down in the past and compressed it versus like lower, higher, lower, higher. So I'm pretty sure that you need just a dab of silicone on it to be on the safe side. And this pan needs to get cleaned up. There's still some silicone and crap on it from the last time. There's no gasket, so we just silicone the pans. It makes it quick and easy, and it costs less than a new gasket. Every time you got to drop the pan, so which is actually quite often. But other than that, this car's been doing really good. We did a good job building this, I guess. It's pretty solid. It's been out of the trails, running in trails and hills, sand hills and stuff, and until the transmission decided that it didn't want to shift anymore. It just goes from drive to neutral, so it's slipping right out, so it's losing pressure somehow. It definitely wasn't the filter. The filter's brand new and it looks like it's brand new on the inside. The only thing I seen wrong was this drum, where the springs are tipped sideways. They're facing that way for some reason instead of straight up and down. Really can't show you. It's too hard to get in there. Hopefully you've seen something. But that's where we're sitting at right now with the Fordishi. And we're going to go ahead and just keep on it. I just wanted to give this little update video, let everybody know what's going on and where we're at. I'm just waiting on finishing this transmission. All I got to do is just finish slapping it back together and it's done. Then my son can put it back up in his car. So we should be good to go. Alright, you guys, you have a good one, and we'll catch you next time when I'm back out, because as soon as I get done with the Fordishi transmission, drag car will come back in here, and we will go ahead and finish cutting out and getting suspension set up right, better and more solid. I got some brackets and stuff that need to be welded on, and there's some clearancing to do with the tires, as you've seen. But when that's done, I'm going to slap the steering wheel in it and then weld the cage in. Then when the cage is welded in, I'm going to go ahead and put the steering wheel in, front seat, get it all ready, then start sandblasting and painting it. I've got some of the paint already, but not a whole lot. I got screwed by a certain supplier. I guess it was my own fault. I should have read a little bit better, been more careful about what I was buying, because I bought 4 cans of spray paint for $150 of spray paint. I thought it was 4 packs of 3, and it wasn't. It was 4 packs of 1. So either I read it wrong or I clicked on the wrong thing, something along there, I don't know. I was really upset, tried to return it, they refused, said it's a chemical hazard or something to return it. But you know what? How the hell did they send it in the first place? If it's a chemical reaction to send it back to you, why is it some chemical thing to send it to me? That's like saying you don't care about your customers at all, and their health and safety, but you'll go ahead and protect yourself. I mean, that's wrong in so many ways. That's just my opinion. So maybe you're a business owner or something and you know better. I don't. I'm not. So I'm just an old backyard mechanic that likes to take trash and build it into something that works. So that's what I do. All right, y'all, have a good one. Catch you on the next one.